YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, podcast listeners, combat sports and entertainment. Leave that alone. Welcome to another episode of We Talk Combats, where we talk
about
live, all things combat sports and entertainment. It is live. But welcome to another show. If you don't know, my name is King. I'm joined by a few of my co-hosts today. We got BA in the building. What's up, bro? How are you today?
What's happening? I'm doing just fine. PG King.
Yes, sir. We also have Devon in the building today. How you feeling, Dev?
I'm driving now.
I mean, we can talk about him a little bit too during the show probably. But we also have Travis in the building. What up, bro? You back?
Yeah, I'm back after my 1 week hiatus, but it's all good now. I'm ready.
And we should have Queen back next week if you could. Having your prayers. She starts her chemo therapy tomorrow. So just shout out to Queen. She should be back though next week. Hopefully she's a soldier. But let's get right to the show, y'all. We normally give our highs and lows. Also talk about the wrestling tea. We also after that do a little bit of questions and comments. So if you're interested in talking to us and for us, or interested in us getting to your question and comment later on in the show, we ask you be respectful in the comments, but also hit us with the @WTC so we know you're talking to us and not your fellow Glow Yard members in the comments. But other than that, y'all, let's get straight to the highs and the lows. All right, Joe. We had a couple shows going on today, but I thought of something actually. I know it's live and all, like Justin said earlier, but do me a favor also, if you could, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button over by Travis' left shoulder somewhere, and also hit that like button if you could. It'd be very much appreciated. It'll help us in the algorithm and get us out to other combat sports fans like yourself. But like I said, we had a couple shows this week, y'all. We had a PLE and all, so let's get right to it. Let's start off with Raw. Let's go around the panel. Start with you, BA. What was your overall opinion of this week's episode of Raw, and what's your letter grade for the show?
So we're gonna do Raw pause. So I give this a B. I give this a B strongly based off of, and I was almost going to give it an A. It's the other stuff that actually made me take it away from it, and I'll explain real quickly. The matches itself, spot on. Jay versus Cody, that was a real wrestling match. I probably counted less than 5 super kicks in that match, which is like almost an all-time low for Jay, right? They was really wrestling. Jay versus Roxanne in that match, you saw Roxanne try to tell a story with her wrestling. I missed that part of wrestling. Like, it seemed like we just get straight to the oohs and ahs and multiple finishes that don't work, and that's what classes as a wrestling match. So it was just more of that. I know it was somebody else in here, but just the aspect of that. So it was some promos there. I love Gunther's promo. That was cool. Straight to the point. I appreciate when people just go straight to the point. I don't need a lot of fluff talk. That Goldberg interview, trash, bro. The way they advertised it was like, yeah, it was like a 30-minute interview. So where's the rest of it? This is the internet. This is 2025. This is supposed to have been, here's a clip. See the rest on WWE.com or something like that. It was none of that. It was none of that. So I'm not going to believe that it was a 30-minute anything. It was those 2 to 3 questions because people was, once again, this might be a current thing, but the people, the internet wrestling community, they were saying, well, why is he here? And what is this point of coming back? And if he does win, what happens and all this other stuff? So that was a catch-all to try to answer all those questions, right? Rusev and Sheamus, I can't wait for them to go at it. And I love the Sammy and the Karrion Kross, their interactions, which led into the PLE. Karrion Kross is starting to win me over a little bit based off of what he's doing outside the ring. And it was good to see him inside the ring later on. So that was just Raw. Like I said, all in all, for me, The only boring part about it was Seth. It was the opening. That part right there, the part that's supposed to gravitate everybody, right? That guy with his henchmen and all that was boring. You can see moments in which, see, when you don't do house shows, this is what happens. It was moments in which he was promoing and it was silence from the crowd. That was bad spots within the promo. You have to sell that. If you do house shows and things like that, you would have caught that and try to edit it. So when you do a Raw live event, that doesn't happen. But, it's neither here nor there. Seth's supposed to be top of this game. This is failing. This is failing right before our eyes, and we will see furthermore why this is failing. But I'm going to leave it at that. To me, once again, I'll just wrap it up. Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, great match. I knew Jey was probably going to catch that L, but it was a great match nonetheless. B.
All right. Strong B. All right, Dev. What's your opinion on Raw overall, and what's your letter grade?
I'm going to say a C, but I got a question for BA. Talking about that interview with Oldberg. Are we talking about the same Mr. 3-minute match? Or actually 1.5 minute match? Because I'm not expecting anything to last long with that guy.
Jesus. He said 1 minute man. Shout out to Missy.
So yeah, no, I don't expect anything, and even in his 50s, I think I'm more concerned about anything than anything because he has more opportunity to cause Gunther injury, whether intended or unintended, just because he's not in his prime physical caliber anymore. And even then, back then, he was, I don't know, purposely getting people injured. So
reckless.
He just seems dangerous regardless, whether it's him trying to injure somebody or trying to make it believable or just being him and not really knowing what he's doing. I am not really caring too much about Seth either. Braun Breaker, on the other hand, he is proven that he's a Steiner through and through. Just looking at his suplexes and stuff like that, spear and penta. I'm kind of a fan of that. But Braun Breaker is somebody who's kind of growing on me a little bit. I do miss my girl Liv. Wish her the best. I hope that she heals up soon. And that's pretty much. I don't really have much to say about Raw besides that.
Okay, so you gave it a C, correct?
I'm sticking with a C.
Okay. Trev, what's your highs and lows of the show, and what's your overall grade?
Okay, my overall grade for Raw I give it a C. I'm going to kind of disagree with BA. I hated that Cody and Jey Uso match. Actually, my favorite match of the whole night was actually Penta and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, like, he needs some type of strap on him right now. Pause. Like some gold. I know he's not going to get a world championship because of Seth, but at least a tag team championship with him and Bronson Reed or something. Like, he needs something. Also, I'm not getting this Jey thing. Like, but Jey, she needs to like lick people's faces and all that stuff. Like, that kind of grosses me out a little bit. But
is it cool when Rhea Ripley does it?
No, it's not cool.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't think it's cool for anybody to do it.
All right, just making sure.
Hey, look, I will volunteer a tribute for both of those. So,
Go ahead, Trip.
Shout out to
I do also. I want to give a shout out to Corey Graves too, because that, his little piece that was cool. But also, Gunther, his thing was trash. Goldberg, he needs to stop talking. But yeah, I give my overall grade as a C for Raw.
Okay, so we got 2 C's and a strong B. BA, I'm going to disagree with you, so I'm going to go to the other fellas. I'm going to give this a C. Almost a C minus. Jey and Cody, I mean, they did have a good match. Like, Cody's not trash as far as in the ring. I think he kind of overrated because he just does a bunch of other people's moves. But I don't think he's trash in the ring. Like he can put on a good match with spots and all that. Like you said, he did a good job. Him and Jay. More about Jay.
More
or
about
maybe,
Jay, yeah.
or maybe about Cody actually bringing that out of Jay or whatever. But it's more about Jay as far as Jay's been having some decent matches recently. I think people aren't paying attention to, especially with him losing the title and all. He's actually been showing off. But I thought that was good. I didn't have a problem. It was predictable. I think I talked about it with you before. At least for me, I knew Cody would win. I knew y'all thought maybe Jay would win and all that, and I was like, I don't think Cody can lose. You can't.
Well, once Randy won, it was
okay. Once Randy won, you thought okay. So you thought once you knew Sammy was gone, because I didn't think Sammy.
Sammy, I didn't think Jay had a chance at all, not one bit.
Okay, but yeah, once Cody had it, I didn't think Cody would lose this, and they'll go more into the PLE as well as far as the predictability. But yeah, I thought that happened when the match was okay though. This basically, I just want to get to the Seth Rollins point. Any of the rest of the stuff don't even matter. This group is trash. I keep saying it. I know they wrote down some Oracle. I think they're about to change Paul Heyman from the Wise Man to the Oracle or something. They trademarked that. This is trash. This is done. I think they need to hurry up and break it up because if they don't, they're going to destroy a bunch of aura. I want to piggyback on a couple things. Bronson Reed last year was Tsunami and Seth multiple times, getting a pinfall victory and all that stuff over Seth Rollins and all, making it look like he was destroying this man. He's now like, who is this guy in the group? It's like a group where he's a stepping stone. I really pray for him to actually show off and show out and actually be that guy, kind of like Batista was in Evolution, where it was like, oh, he showed out and all. I hope Bronson Reed does that, because this is nasty for him, because he's a third guy, right? Wouldn't y'all say if you go pecking order, he's beneath? I mean, technically, hasn't he already been a main eventer before Bronson?
Well, yes, and the fact that you're saying is Braun tells him what to do.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, he's the third guy. So it's like
he's the third guy.
Yeah, hasn't Bronson Reed already been a main eventer though? Like that type of, like, you feel me, high level going against Seth Rollins at the end of the isn't that his? He's already been there. So I'm not talking about for the championship at all. I mean, wrestling against a main event guy in the show and all like that. Like, so Braun Breaker has not really even got there yet. The highest he has been Jey Uso, but Jey wasn't a champion at that point when he was wrestling Jey Uso or whatever. So Braun, like I say, Bronson Reed, I don't know what's going to happen with him. The Braun Breaker point. I've said this before. I said it with Jacob 5-2. I'll get more about that when we get to SmackDown and beyond.
Talk too much.
The it factor. Like, I think like people see wrestling. Shout out to my guy C-Jax on this channel. No, he says this as well. Like, you can see good wrestling wherever. You can see good guys like Bobby Lashley can kick butt in AEW. You feel what I'm saying? Braun Breaker can go kick butt wherever you want to. But looking at this dude and seeing his personality based off him dressing and coming out in a suit or whatever he's supposed to be looking like, I don't know if that's the guy you want to have the title and to be coming out there talking like Gunther and all that stuff, where you like he's on the mic and he's going to be talking. And I said the same thing about Jacob 5-2 before, and I'm like, it takes more than just, doing flips and all in the ring and shaking and having people doing that. Like, this ain't Ultimate Warrior back in the day. You got to talk and cut promos and all, as Seth Rollins is failing to do right now, as we see. But that's going to be Braun Breaker's job if he ever gets to that point. Same thing like a Jacob 5-2 and all. And I don't see those guys. I really think we're missing top guys in the industry. We're missing Roman Reigns. The guy we have right now is John Cena. That's the guy that everybody gravitates towards. That's what everything is. The show is basically around now. It went from Roman Reigns, he left for a second, and we got John Cena in his place as far as everything goes around John Cena. Seth Rollins, bro, he can never be a number one. He is officially in my books. I thought this was the last hoorah where you had to have one more, change of character. He isn't even changing his character. I don't know what he's doing, but I thought this was the last chance he had where he can actually officially, because he never really got it. Like, he's been changing his music over and over again. Like, he changes music more than like damn near anybody, like in a business, like just to try to find a way. And it's like different pieces he adds to it and things like that. He just can't get his character correct. And with this, it's just showing me he's not a number one. It's like in basketball and all that when we talk about that type of stuff. He's not a number one. He can't be a number one. The show can't be, around Seth Rollins, in my opinion. But I don't want to keep going too much on Raw. But yeah, my overall opinion on it is a C, bro. I won't have to go back and watch this again.
I think Seth Rollins got as many nicknames as Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, BA.
But Triple H was better. That's the problem.
Yeah, Triple H can at least. Triple H was the top heel. Like, he brought that heat when you saw him Seth Rollins is a gimmick. Like I don't mean to say it like that. I don't want to be like Seth Rollins is nice. Like I don't mean to say it. There are some nice hoopers that aren't the guy. You feel me? Like, but he's good in the ring. He can tell a story. Like he's there when you need him for Roman Reigns to have a guy beside him and all. But like he'll never be that guy. Like, is he Macho Man, or is he worse than Macho Man? You feel what I'm saying? Where he worse than
Probably
Macho?
worse.
Macho never was really that. Could never really be that number one guy though.
Yeah, but one was more legendary than the other.
Well, Seth will still be legendary when it's all said and done, though. You know what I'm saying? Like Seth's still going to be one of those guys on that Roman. We talk about Roman Reigns. We're going to talk about Seth Rollins probably next beside him for that era, just like with Macho and all. But is he Macho Man? Is that who he is?
No, I still don't think so.
Okay. No, still don't think so.
All right,
but
that's fine. Well,
still, it's like I said, still a strong B. You know, he's a B grade.
Macho Man's a B grade, right?
Yeah.
He's a B tier superstar.
A B plus player.
I think he might be a C, but that's a different story. Let's get to SmackDown, guys. So let's go the opposite way. Pause. Travis, let's start with you with this one. Travis, give me your highs and lows for this week's episode of SmackDown, and also your letter grade.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then making sure. Okay, for SmackDown, I'll give this a B. A good solid B. I love the tag match between DIY, Andrade, and Rey Fenix. I think they should at least try to get some type of title on them because it's pretty interesting to watch. Julia, let's hope I said her name right. She done a good job. She got a bit, which is surprising to me. She got a push. I guess what you would call it, the Roxanne. Now, I thought Roxanne would at least have some type of belt or something before she had or anything like that.
Roxanne got a live spot, so that's a belt in his own right.
Nah, I don't think that's a belt though.
That is she Roxanne going. Well, I ain't gonna say your point. You can say your point, but Roxanne, yes, Roxanne's going to take that belt. That's going to be Raquel's new partner. It's going to be Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, but is there truth? I mean, my fault. Ron Killings, good job this week too. I hopefully this week on SmackDown he has a match with Aleister Black. But yeah, that's the overall opinion of SmackDown. Give the SmackDown a B.
Nice. All right, Devin, you're up next, bro. What's your highs and lows and overall grade?
All right, I'm a little torn. Between a B and an A minus. And the first thing I want to say for my high is 2 words. Basic punkonomics.
Yeah.
So, listen. And I got a few things about that. But one, I know last week when we were talking about the Cena version of the pipe bomb, how we felt that Cena's version was better than Punk's original version. CM Punk did a hell of a job with his imitation of John Cena with this basic punkonomics, I guess rap or however you want to, his promo.
his fake freestyle. Fake freestyle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
freestyle.
I'm pretty sure Cena had a heavy hand in the script for that, for what was said, but
maybe
he I think he still pulled it off, and I think he did a great job with it. For me, this Cena farewell tour feels like the Firefly Funhouse match he had with Wyatt. To me, it's starting to seem like every one of his steps that he takes with his opponent are all different phases of his career. That's what it's appearing like for me, and I like that. I really like that because that I think it adds another layer to the story, and I really can't wait to see where else they go with it. Because I mean, Cena's been there 20 years. And well, actually 25, I guess they're saying. That's a lot of history. That's a lot of changes. That's a lot of T-shirts. there's only 2 theme songs, but and it was good to hear Basic Thugonomics, the theme as well. That was kind of good to hear again. So that was my number 1. Number 2 is Ron Killings and Aleister Black. And I want to kind of go back a little bit on something that I was saying a few shows ago. As far as Ron Killings is concerned, I still strongly feel he's going to be somewhere at the end of this journey with John Cena, whether it's making John Cena turn face or whether it's taking the title from him. But somehow, whatever got him back in the picture, I just still feel like he's going to end up being at the end of that road with Cena some way, somehow. And I think that what's going on right now, especially with situations like Aleister Black, we can't put truth against Cena this early because Cena still has a story to tell that would have already been planned out with all these other opponents, all these other stages of his career. And we got to also give Ron something to do until his time comes. We also kind of got to build up his new character because we're used to him being, funny and just this lighthearted guy, but also a jobber. And he needs some W's under his belt, something to make it feel like he has a fighting chance against Cena. Yeah, he's good at jumping him, but when he's face to face in a match, I just feel like we need something to show more strength. And I think that the Aleister Black and any other opponents he has along the way, I think that that's going to help tell his story, to help build him up, to make it seem more feasible that he can win against John Cena. And I'm for it because I just feel like it's just a story to tell. It's a way to tell his story without just making him a background character. I don't know. I just feel like kind of like how Cena and Randy Orton were. They fought a lot, but they also had their own little side missions or side matches and things like that eventually led up to them fighting. Randy Orton and Triple H did the same thing. But I just feel that this is building up for Killings, and I still have hope that he's gonna do a lot better. And then have his moment with Cena. I'm still hoping and praying. I really want him to take that title from Cena, but we'll see how that goes. We know that they won't always make the best decisions on his booking, and but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think I'm gonna still go with a B with it, but I think that those 2 things for me were really really important. I do want to say with sorry, I don't know why I just blanked out with his name, Jacob Fatu. I love the guy, I love his character, but I feel like he's a stronger heel than a face. I think that the attitude that he had as he's cutting his promos and he's behind the scenes or whatever it is felt more aggressive when he was with Solo Sikoa, where now he's kind of a baby face, or at least moving towards that direction. It feels like he's a little bit more on repeat, frequently. And it doesn't feel as threatening. It doesn't feel as authentic. It doesn't feel as scary. And I mean, honestly, that guy he makes me think of an old uncle I used to be afraid of when I was a kid. The way he looked, the way he sounded. I don't have that same feeling right now with him like I did before. So I don't know what they're going to do with him. I do hope that things change a little bit to kind of reflect a little bit more like where it was before. I think that when he's cutting promos, he needs to stay in the backstage area when he cuts it, walking towards the camera like he used to do. I don't think that he should be out in the ring, out in the middle of the ring cutting promos. I think that just his presence out there with the audience, it's not quite there yet. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes with him. But
right.
That's all I got.
And you said your overall is a B?
I say a B.
Okay. BA, bro. What's your highs and lows of the show and your overall grade?
All right. First and foremost, Zelina lost that title. Happy days are here again, right?
Jeez.
So I ain't got to worry about seeing her or singing, where is the U.S. champ? No, it's on Julia's waist, and I'm okay with that. We're going to rock that for a little bit. Street Profits versus the Wyatts. That was interesting. And then All Havoc broke loose. But Street Profits definitely show why they were the champs. So I like that for them. Yeah, I would definitely like them standing tall at the very end. Tip and Nia Jax. That was cool. I would like a little bit more out of that, but I could take what I get out of that match. I'm not expecting too much from the world's champion. That doesn't sound right at all, does it? So I should have a high expectation of the person that's the world champion, but not with that. I just like the fact that they keep Naomi involved in certain things. Punkonomics. That was a miss for me, guys. It's just
He was like, that's a miss. I don't know.
It didn't catch me like that. Like I seen it, then once I saw it, I was like, okay, all right. Well, he did a better job at doing what you do than vice versa, as we all said. And no one, I mean, I guess everyone has to do some version of somebody else. That's kind of a ongoing gimmick since wrestling pretty much started. But there will never ever be another Sexy Kurt. Pause. So understand that that's the level. If you go on parody, that's the level I'm comparing it to off top. So if it ain't that, then everything else is failed.
Sexy Kurt.
Sexy Kurt.
Oh, Sexy Kurt.
You know. And you know, and honestly, I'm just gonna be 100% real. We got another week of Ron getting his ass kicked yet again, and you're supposed to be building momentum for him, and he's 2 weeks now, not just 1 week, just 2 weeks. He's on the floor, and the other person is walking away from him. That's not building your armor. That's creating chinks in the armor in a sense, right? So hopefully he gets out this feud with Aleister Black, and then hopefully maybe Damian Priest is involved in this some kind of way. But he didn't need these stepping stones. He'd already shown that he could beat John Cena without John Cena having to cheat. He was kicking his ass again when he got hit with the title on SmackDown or whatever. So he was already proving that I can go toe to toe with him, and he gets screwed out of those, gets knocked out, and now he can't even get past Aleister Black. Now he did get snuck in this, so we're giving him that. But yeah, he has to go through this. So I hope, Devon, that you're right. I hope that this is long-term storytelling. I hope.
Paul.
But and me and King went back and forth on this for a while. This is Paul Levesque that we're talking about. And when it comes to Paul, all hope is gone. We are at the end of the road. You are right. That was a great sound bit for that. Because yes, there is no more for Ron. This might be the best that we see Ron. Hopefully I'm wrong. I'm telling you guys right now, strike me down. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he has the WWE title some kind of way. I hope. But my mind is telling me absolutely not. This is it. This is it. Aleister Black needs a push. Why did they bring him over? And think about Aleister Black and what he's about to do. He already got through Carmelo. Now he about to get through Ron.
What's his last name?
And his last name is Black. He beating all the black people. What we doing here? What we doing?
He don't see color.
It's problematic at best, but it is what it is, and this is where we at. So we are that C, overall C.
Okay.
C.
I'm still hopeful.
Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go. What did I give Raw? I gave Raw a C, right?
C.
Yeah.
You gave it a C.
I'm gonna give SmackDown a B minus. I'm shout out to SmackDown being 2 hours starting next week. That should be awesome. It should be awesome, but normally with Paul, when you expect something to be awesome and something's put in front of him, they switch it up.
It's
and
a
it's like,
whole
man, yep. Now he gonna do something with it, and it's gonna be pause. But like BA said, I'm in between with the CM Punk thing. It was it was good for CM Punk. It was cool to see him do that. Like, it was different. But like BA said, John Cena did your pipe bomb better than you. You were nowhere near what Cena could do when Cena was coming out. You feel me? And like freestyling against other rappers and all that stuff. So it was cute. You know, feel me? It was cute. That's, I guess Cena would say that. But yeah, it is what it is. The fans. Friday they were in Saudi, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to talk about the Saudi fans in general, real quick, because Saudi is
the testosterone that was back there.
The testosterone, but the
there was no women in the crowd.
The no women in the crowd first and foremost, but also just I feel like every black wrestler had a handicap in their eyes as far as like getting a chair or whatever. Especially the women. Like I'll get to the PLE for sure. Like in a situation I want to talk about where it's like, all right, but you know, black men usually aren't on PLEs with Triple H, so that's hard to see. But you know, you get your women on there, and I know people were saying stuff about that match. So I won't get to that one, but let's get back to this one real quick. The Punk thing, it is what it is. It was okay. It was cute. Jacob 5-2, I'm with you, Devon. I think he needs to get back to either give him a manager or you got to make him a tweener. He cannot be a babyface. That's not for Jacob 5-2. That's going to destroy him. Certain people cannot be babyfaces. And that's WWE's issue right now. They can't decide what people are going to be, and it's messing them up. Let's see. Street Profits had their little match and all that stuff. You can get rid of the YS6. I keep saying this don't even dudes, bro. They're irrelevant. Like, get rid of them, bro. Like, why? Why are they here? You could have cut somebody. You could have cut them.
When you're done, I actually had the same feeling about the YS6 that I said with Jacob Fatu. I think that they need to stay backstage. Do if you're going to show them, do the fancy whatever it is that they did when they first showed up. And with having them attacking people or whatever, and do your little
video things,
yeah, a little extra thing, yeah,
the extra stuff.
As I said, I think I said it last week though. My only issue with the YS6 is their biggest member, is Eric Rowan, and Eric Rowan was a member of the last group, and that was when they were all like him and Luke Harper and all that, and Braun Strowman. They were some big dudes. Now you got a bunch of who are they going to bank? You feel me?
Right. But that's what I mean. And that's why I say what I say. Keep them behind the scenes. Do the movie magic with the supernatural stuff or whatever it is that you do to make up for the fact that these are a bunch of small guys. Because out in the ring, I'm not going to believe that they're going to be dominant.
You don't think they look weak in the ring though? Like not even weak.
No, I do. That's what I mean.
As the week of them wrestling, you don't think their wrestling is kind of like weak?
I really just don't believe that they're going to dominate anybody, unless they were strictly fighting the light heavyweights. And you know, even then, I don't know. I don't really see much of an advantage. I don't see anything special about them right now, other than the entrance. What's
the guy's names? Dexter Loomis. What's the tag team?
Dexter Loomis.
Joe Gracie. What's the other guy?
Joe Gracie
and Joe Gacy. Right, that's the two guys that wrestle together.
And Nikki Cross.
Yeah, but the two guys, those two guys, do you think they can have a good match with Rey Fenix and Penta? Do you think they could like run with them and look good if they wrestle together?
No.
Okay, Travis, you say no BA.
I say we haven't seen enough of them yet. And that's the problem. When you introduce the supernatural stuff, they just come in and do something real quick. And I'm like, what? Dad, we don't see them.
Who they beat last week? Who they beat before they had this match against the Street Profits? Who did they beat?
Was it DIY?
Was it DIY? That match was trash.
That
match was trash. Like it was trash. Like as far as their wrestling and all that, it was trash. There's nothing like they put a bunch of dudes together that were almost fired. Call it what it is.
Yeah.
They put a bunch of people together that were almost fired and tried to give them one last hoorah to say, hey, Bo Dallas, stay here and get you a group. So that they need to add Alexa Bliss and let her to be the leader. That's if you want to get
That
any
would
type
be-
of
that would
like
be awesome.
hoorah, you need to add Alexa Bliss and let her be the leader. If you're not going to add Alexa Bliss and let her be associated with it, then make him actually a Wyatt 6, then just cut it.
I agree, but I'm also afraid of that because I'm afraid of them dragging Alexa down with them.
Well, they don't have to. She could be they could be her loonies then. You feel me? Like they could be her guys as far as she can do stuff and we destroying whoever in the way and we keeping her champion. You feel me?
Yeah, and she was side by she was
Having
the
Alexa
last
Playhouse.
one side by side with Bray Wyatt, other than Uncle Howdy.
That's what I say. I think you give it to her. Like let her be the leader or let them go. I'm at that point. Like you keep trying and you keep wanting to get rid of people and all that. Like, yo, this is why 6 ain't working. Bo Dallas ain't working. And I don't mean it and I don't want people to get fired and all that. But Bo Dallas how long has Bo Dallas been in the company?
I just don't think that anything that's going on with them right now is intimidating enough.
Believable.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I can't believe in them right now. Yeah, I can't believe in them right now. And I hate that because I love the idea of what they were doing, but I just think it's one of those things that look great on paper and it looked great when they first started. But again, that was backstage movie magic. That all of that kind of came together and made it look good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything to me. What's that?
King alluded to it earlier. Had you had maybe one of those guys and Eric Rowan, totally different.
Yep.
Eric
Rowan would have been one of the tag team
There
members.
is no other big guy, pause, in wrestling other than him, really. Like at his stature.
Mm-hmm.
Had he been like the other guy. So when you see a choke slam from him or something like that, the Street Profits they might actually lose it.
He's the hot tag.
It's the fear.
He's the hot tag. You feel me?
And
Eric Rowan is the hot tag where man, this dude you don't want him to be in the ring. Keep him away from the tag because once he gets the tag, you go and dominate. But they didn't do Paul. This is easy, bro. Like
it was that easy.
Why is it? Come on, Justin. How many millions you think Triple H made?
A lot.
A lot. So why didn't that work? But back to the point, I don't think the CM Punk thing that was cool. The Street Profits thing, okay, they won. It was a win, right? Did they win? It was no contest. Everybody got involved. Sorry, another one of Triple H's. When Triple H want to get out of jail free, interference. You interfere. That's just Triple H loves.
Save that.
Save that interference thing. Okay.
Say that.
Because that's crazy, bro. That's his thing of just doing that. But overall, the show, I don't gotta watch it again. I still feel like it was better than Raw, and it's gonna be 2 hours, so it should continue to be better than Raw, hopefully. But
shout out to SmackDown for being better than Raw the past few weeks.
But I also have a little gripe, and this might be a get off my lawn moment, but I'm gonna keep it real. First and foremost, well, maybe it don't even matter because first and foremost, the championships don't even matter. I've been yelling that since I've been watching wrestling again. The titles don't mean anything. Like it doesn't matter. You don't need a title right now. Secondly, do y'all realize like half of the title holders can't speak English? Like it's not their main language and all that. Like it's what is going on with promos and all? What happened? Oh, I guess we could say that to the T, bro. It's like what has happened to wrestling? But
I know. That's a good. I ain't even think about it.
What has happened to wrestling? Like, I mean, it's not even that it shouldn't happen. Like, golly, everyone, like, bro, what can I relate to then if I can't understand you? But that's a different situation. We'll talk about that more with the T. But like I said, SmackDown, I'm gonna give it a B-. That's my grade for it. Let's take that over to the PLE, y'all. We do have a PLE as well this week. Let me read the matches off real quick. Put this everybody face pause. We had. Starting from the bottom right, Sami Zayn took on Karrion Kross. We had Jacob Fatu defending his U.S. title against Solo Sikoa. Jeez, I almost forgot his name. We had Rhea Ripley going against Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. We had Jade Cargill against Asuka for the women's, well, now I'm going to say women's, but Queen of the Ring. And we had Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton for the King of the Ring. And lastly, for the undisputed WWE Championship, we had John Cena defending his championship against Cody Rhodes. So let's start with you, Devin, on this one. What was your overall highs and lows for this show, and what's your grade?
I think I'm gonna give it a C.
Okay.
And I want to actually go away from, I guess, the competitors in this real quick. I want to give a shout out to Charles Robinson, Lil Nate, for the bump that he took in that Cena and Punk match. And he takes some crazy bumps. But seeing him run out there and seeing him get freight trained on the way out there, and he just ate it. Just shout out to him, because you just don't really see referees take the bumps that he takes. So, I just thought that was pretty cool. But just for me, I mean, there wasn't really much shit I really cared about with this one. I would have rather, just my own personal opinion, I would have rathered Randy Orton be King of the Ring. It's just, again, my own personal opinion. Cody, I don't know. I guess this is just a new chapter of his story. I don't know what they're doing with that to bring him back, but I feel like there's too much going on. I actually meant to say this about SmackDown. Too much force feeding to try to get people to like Cody. And I don't know. I just felt like this was just another addition into that. I think that, honestly, the feed that cut on SmackDown with it being down for a half hour was probably because people started cheering for Cody and they didn't want anybody to see that. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of the way that went down. But again, that's my personal opinion. Jade. I think that Jade is getting better, but Jade, I hated that finish. I hated that finish because that was super botched. And even though Jade's shoulders weren't down the entire count, her shoulders were also down by the time the 3 count happened. And I mean, I don't know, just depending on the POV, somebody could argue with that. Her shoulders being down as well. And it doesn't even really look like Asuka's shoulders were down at the end of that count.
It wasn't.
No, it didn't.
Bro, is that botch? If Asuka's shoulders aren't down by the end of the count, is the botch on Jade?
I would say it's on Jade, because Jade's weight is what pulled Asuka back. Jade does that pin after she does her move and she leans back. Her weight would have pulled Asuka. Asuka's a lot smaller than those other people that she's been fighting lately. So yeah, I gotta put that on Jade.
There isn't a rule though.
Say it again.
There isn't a rule though, where if your shoulder comes up, that you stop the count as a referee.
Yeah, no, the ref messed that up too.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say that seems like it's on the ref.
We had the same last year too, but we thought that with Randy and Gunther,
it was semantics at the end of the day. Jay was supposed to get that pin. She was supposed to win. The referee was supposed to count 1, 2, 3. Period. That's the script.
Yeah.
Now the script. Yeah, but the eyes are watching something different. Like, no, her shoulders was up. So, but they're not.
We watch other matches though. But we've watched. I don't want to cut your time, Devin. But we watch other matches though where we've seen people leave with titles and all because people didn't kick out, or you had to switch a finish because the referee's job is to follow the competitors. If it don't matter, then when you're down, your shoulders are down. If you kick out, the ref's job is to say 2. They kicked out or whatever, or you did not kick out. When if I go and you're supposed to kick out and I count 1, 2, and I go down for 3, the match is over because you didn't kick out. Like, that's the ref to protect the match. If their shoulder came off the mat, the ref is supposed to say 2, and they were supposed to do another finish or something like that. But that's what the ref's supposed to be there for. But go ahead and continue your point, Devin.
Yeah, no, and actually I completely agree with you. So I think that it's a mix of Jade and the ref. And I say Jade just because of the fact that the reason I put the blame, Jade's part of the blame on the situation, is because of her style of pinning. I think that she has to get better control on doing that style pin, because she leaves the opportunity open to have that kind of botch.
Mhm.
But no, it's entirely on the ref, like you said, to keep track of where everybody's
Shoulders.
placement is
Yeah, like
when he's doing his count.
Yeah.
I also blame production because they're in the ref's ear. And if
Yeah.
and even though it's in the script for Jade to win, they can still say, they can tell him after the fact that, hey, wait, her shoulders were up, so that the ref can play it off and say, wait, I didn't mean to count that as a 3, that was 2.
Mhm.
They can still act quick enough to make that ref rescind that, that 3 count, or even just play it. I mean, how many times have we seen the ref do a 3 count and then they go for a 4th?
say 2. Yep, and say
Yeah,
2. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like, how many times have we seen that happen? So they could have did something like that. So again, I'm not saying that the entirety of the fault is on Jade. I'm just blaming Jade for the style pin that she does,
I understand.
and not having as much control over the placement when she's doing that.
Mhm.
I think that she needs to work on that if she's going to continue that style, so that she can also take into account when she's fighting those smaller opponents.
Mhm.
Great when she's fighting Nia Jax, great if she's fighting Rhea or Bianca, because they're going to have the body size, they're going to have the muscle or mass to balance her leaning back.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I wasn't a fan, excuse me, of that ending, but I mean, it's neither here nor there. She still got the W. I mean, I'm glad that she won, but I hope that they don't also, I don't know, just downplay Jade or whatever. I don't know. I just hope that this doesn't give any negative. I don't know. I hope it doesn't affect her negatively. I do hope that they give
It already
her more
has.
help.
It
Yeah,
has. It has an IWC, but I'll get to that when I get to my point. Go ahead.
yeah. Jacob and Solo. So I stepped away and I kind of missed it. I don't know who interfered in the end of that match. I think they said that Tama Tonga was there.
Tonga,
No,
and then
Tonga Loa came back.
oh no, yeah,
Tonga
Tonga Loa. I'm
Loa.
sorry, yeah, it was Tonga Loa,
Yeah,
and then
no.
Hidaliku. That's his name. Now
They
he's called
changed his name.
Tala Tonga. His name, he's Tala Tonga now.
Tonga.
No, Tala.
Oh, he's
Tala Tonga.
Tala Tonga.
He's a taller one, so remember it like that. He's a taller one, so TALA.
Yeah,
Tala.
all these
Tonga.
Tongas, man. Golly.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I mean, I guess shout out to Solo for at least getting his first singles title. Because I mean, I do think that he deserves to have his moment, I guess. If we're talking about people in that family, because we know everybody in that family is going to eventually have their moment, except probably Jimmy. But I guess Solo had his run going for a while until Jacob stepped in. So I guess it's kind of good that he's at least getting some kind of title under his resume. But I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the way the finish happened, but I don't think that that's going to be the end of those two. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they do with it. But that's pretty much all I had. I know Rhea and Raquel had their match, and Sammy and
Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I heard actually with Karrion Kross for some reason, and this is actually I'll save it for the T. I'll save it for the T.
Go ahead. Who I started with? BA. I started with Devon. So Travis, go ahead. You go next.
Okay. Now I was kind of torn between this because of the actual pay-per-view itself. I guess because of the name and everything. Like
lead that for the T. Lead that for the T.
Okay. All right. Now, like I said, I think the heel turn is getting ready to come soon for Cody Rhodes, because how he actually won the match. Because it looked like some really heelish type stuff. And you can actually see, like, okay, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's trying to like cheat without really trying to cheat. You could put it that way. What else? I enjoyed the actual match with Jacob and Solo. Even though that Jacob lost, it didn't make him look like so weak or anything like that, because it took like him and everybody else to like gang up on him and beat him. What's that? I hope I see Karrion Kross in another match soon. I hope this ain't it for him. It's at least another match, at least tomorrow on Raw. But what's that? You said the botch pin, but Oscar Jade. That was all right. Overall, I give it a C-.
Okay.
But I say the other stuff, for the T.
I got you.
Yeah.
What's your quick opinion on it, bro? Pause.
Let's just go through it real quick. Start off the match, Cody and Randy. Like I said, I once they two linked up, you already knew that Cody was going to particularly win, but which sucks because that RKO he did when Cody was talking to the referee was perfect. They should have ended it right there. You got to protect your finishers. Like
RKO
that bothers me. That RKO was perfectly done. It should have been one of those
ones. Springboard one.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
How many
crossroads did it take?
2?
It took 1. It was 1 crossroads.
He lost 1 crossroads, Randy Orton. But go ahead, BA. I'm sorry. Continue, bro.
Yeah, you're right. All right. All right. So Rhea and Raquel, that was actually a good match. They got a lot of history with each other. Dating back to NXT. So when Rhea did that riptide off that table, look, I don't know. They had a real table because the other table should have definitely broke when they both was on that with all the weight. But shout out to them. They made it. They finished it out. It was a little botchy, but they finished it. I like Roxanne and her little moment there. Like I said, she's definitely taking that live spot, and she's probably going to ride that all the way as far as she can. But I mean, ladies, we know that we got to rock the full length gear. Can we not wear the same goddamn color? Like,
bro,
what we doing?
For Rhea and Rox and Raquel, they look the same. Like
they look the same. Like and then Roxanne came out with a smaller version of it. Yeah. I'm like, do y'all have to have black? I don't think it's strictly black.
No, they were different colors.
No.
Yeah, so
Jade had white.
Correct.
Jade had on white.
Shout out to that storm costume Jade had.
Yeah, that was good.
We have to go through this in pre-production, guys. Like, hold up, you got black. Hey, we're gonna have to switch this up real quick or something. That has to be done, or else the Royal Rumble is going to look extremely difficult to keep up with.
Why didn't Raquel wear her red? Why didn't Raquel wear her red?
I don't know. I do not know.
Keep it going.
Karrion and Sammy. This is the frustrating one for me. Karrion should have won this match. I'm sorry. It would have added to the mystique that they're trying to build for Sammy. If he wins this, he basically if they keep it going, they got to find a way to keep it going. But at the end of the day, he pretty much buried Karrion. So it was like, all right, he beat him. He beat the person that he was supposed to beat. Let's move forward and still be the same Sammy. The problem is we have to change Sammy for you to win. That's what Karrion was saying. You're doing the same thing. This is the definition of insanity, my God. You have to switch something up so you can start winning these matches that you keep losing. And he let him beat him. Karrion was doing wrestling moves which I didn't see since like at least 10, 15 years ago. Some of those suplexes, I said, oh, he can actually wrestle. Imagine that. Moving forward, Solo and Jacob. Perfect. Jacob is a better chaser. He needs to run through the wall. And then once he gets it, it's like, I'm here now. No. Because when you get it, you got to do more promos and all this other stuff. And that's what we have all the issues with. No, when I'm chasing, I'm coming after you and blah, 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 blah. It's quick hitters because I'm just here to kick your ass. I'm going to kick you and I'm going to kick. That's what we want out of him. Right? We don't want him saying all challenges and all this other stuff and he had to think on top of his head. We don't want that. You have your goal, you have your objective. It's Solo, and you have your stepping stones. Solo and his crew. You got to get through every last one. Pause. That's what we want to see out of Jacob. So, and hopefully he can tag along Jimmy as well. Another pause. Oscar and Jade, Devon, you pretty much broke everything down. I don't want to get too much into it. It's just yeah, I do want a little bit more fluency from Jade. Jade is just a little stiff, and she doesn't have to be. It's just she was better. Some of her promos and things was better in AEW. So I know that I see it. I know that it's there. I just want her to be comfortable. They got her reading scripts too much and things like that. I know she's trying to be an actress, and maybe this is prep for that. Damn that, this is wrestling. Flow more. I need you to flow. Fluent, like water. It's fluid. So I know she'll get better. So I'm not worried about that. From what she was to what she is now, she's on the incline, and it's lovely to see. But at the end of the day, shout out to her. But we waiting for Bianca. That's all. That's all. Waiting for the main person to come back. That's all. It's all. It is what it is.
I got a question.
CM Punk. Huh? Okay. CM Punk, John Cena. I told you to hold off on that thought that you had earlier, King. This is why. Championship match, interference. Championship match, interference. Can we come up with something else? Like, come on.
No, bro.
Like, yo,
you can't.
It was 4 guys for the US title.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna bring out like 7. Like, what?
He gave you WrestleMania 40 again, the B version.
And they're chasing that, and you know what that does? It dilutes it.
Makes it phony.
It's not the same. It's phony now, right? So it's like you don't have to. These dudes was putting on. I told you this before. Some of these matches just needs to end. They just need to end.
You mess up with some of these matches being like classics and all by messing up the ending.
Up the ending. I don't need 7. I'm sorry, that's too much. It was like 4 to 5 AA attitude adjustments. I don't need 4 of them. I don't
either, bro.
It's
what is the attitude adjustment? What is the attitude adjustment now? You feel me?
It's
like
a regular move.
You just kept. It's too many spots. I'll talk about it. Keep going, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm done. Overall, it's a C, man. I watched it, but I was not like, yo, this is crazy.
You want to watch it again?
Moment.
Hey, you know what though? Cena did tell us he's going to ruin wrestling, so this is kind of on script.
This might be it.
But that part wasn't even John Cena. He was fighting the guys. You feel me? Like it wasn't even like, oh my goodness, John Cena caught all these guys down and he just ruined wrestling.
And right. If sorry, Penta, you get this C-. C- on Penta alone. What the hell? You're supposed to be coming down at the hell. He did his little razor.
I'm like, bro, are you helping? Somebody had to run up there to get him. Like, run and get him, bro. Breaker had to like, go get him, man. Go get him.
Shout out to Broad because he was like, yo, really doing? Go get him. I gotta go get him.
On here,
There's a spot. We're missing the spot right now. My bad. Go ahead. Continue.
Nah.
I guess. He had no match, so he had to create some type of moment, I guess.
No, he failed.
I'm with you. I'm gonna give this show a C as well. Couple things. I'm gonna be the oddball on this. I think, bro, Karrion Kross ain't it, man. He, you know, who Karrion Kross reminds me of. I know that whole social media thing and all. Who was that guy that was the Russian guy that used to do the suplexes and all that stuff?
Kozlov.
When he was in the ring, he didn't have it though. Like he could do wrestling moves and all that. He'd be in the ring. Like that's how I felt when I was watching Karrion Kross. He was like slow as hell. Like, but he was doing suplexes and all that. And I was like, man. I mean, even when he was yelling at Sami Zayn at the end and then took the haluva kick. I've never seen anybody lose to that move until Sunday. But I think, like I said, when you don't have the it factor and you're a taller guy, you basically need to leave the WWE. Because that's usually how it works. Like they're going to destroy you. Like you can't be a taller guy. Shout out to the guy with big cast or whatever. Like when you feel me, when you get to that, when you're a big guy like 7 feet and you are like not a heavyweight guy, then you need to just leave because they're not going to use you. You're going to be a joke. But that way with Karrion Kross, I know they had to have Sami Zayn here. I would have rather had a Ron Killings match here. I didn't talk about Ron Killings as far as the SmackDown thing. I'm with you, Justin. My thing is with him, the Aleister Black thing, the touchback on that. Aleister Black is supposed to be getting a push. He's one of Triple H guys like Cody, like Rhea Ripley, like those guys. And if he's gonna get a push and he came back for a reason, he's probably gonna beat Ron Killings in at least one of these matches. And truthfully, he shouldn't be beating Ron Killings at all. That should be the real way. Like they should have maybe a non-contest match or something like that with something happen, but he should not beat him. But what I think is going to happen is Damian Priest is going to somehow get in the way, and then it's going to lead to a Truth and Damian Priest thing, which elevates Alistair, but we'll get into that different story. But I didn't need that match at all. I know it was for Sami Zayn just to get his pop. The guys, Solo and Jacob Fatu, I'm becoming more of a, like, I don't like Jacob Fatu's like whole image. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I feel like he's a fake black dude, and I don't like that. It is what it is. Every time I watch it, I feel like it's cultural appropriation, but that is what it is. That's a different story. If y'all will get into it one day or something, but it is what it's becoming nasty to me. So watching Solo do his thing, and I'm actually a fan of Solo. Like, Solo's funny. Solo's like a ultimate bad guy right now. Like, I'm actually seeing Solo again. I went from seeing Solo like them being buried to Solo may actually at some point be able to have like a faction and win a championship. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Solo is that dude right now. Like, Solo for real is entertaining as hell, and he's not a bad wrestler. Like, he's not trash in the ring. So I actually like that. I thought that was cool. He actually got the IC belt. I know they're going to fight for it again or whatever like that. The bloodline has now been watered down to a
United States.
Yeah, like the bloodline is now watered down to a sideshow now. Like, this is now, I guess we're going to get Jay and Jimmy, and I think they're going to introduce probably Zilla or something like that as their fourth guy. This is, who cares? Hope Solo goes on with it and bring them back up to the heavyweight division if somebody does that. But other than that, like, who cares? I thought the star of the show for the whole show today was Raquel Rodriguez. I think Raquel Rodriguez needs to get a clean victory over Rhea Ripley, and pretty soon too. I think that'd be awesome for her career. I think she shows something. I think she shows she can go toe to toe with Rhea Ripley. She could, handle her.
She's been
woman handle her
more since Liv is gone too. Just to add
yes,
on,
yes,
she's actually showing her whole gimmick now, which is
her
good,
whole interaction with Rhea Ripley has been great. Like, I've actually been like, okay, I see you. It made her. I hope they don't end this. They should continue with this and somehow, some way, even if it's not a clean victory. I know they're not going to give Rhea Ripley. Get you a clean victory over, but she somehow get a 1-2-3 over Rhea Ripley. I think that'd be awesome, and it will put her to the next level. Let me get it to Jade and all that, bro. I think Jade has been, since she's returned, I think she's been getting way better than when she was in AEW. I didn't think Jade was good at all. She was just a face. She was a look, and she kept the championship because she was kind of like a sideshow. Like, look at this lady. She's all the way she's cut up and all. You want to see her keep the belt on or whatever. We don't really worry about her having matches. Triple H took his time with her and all, took her away, did all the whole thing. I think since she's returned, she's been fine. Here's my thing with Jade. I think people always critique her to like the extreme based off who she is and what they want her to be. It's like she's been called the chosen one. So now it's like everything that she does, we look at it and say, hey. We just said earlier, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez had some moments where it looked shaky. This was Jade Cargill and Asuka's first time having a match together at all. That's a whole different type of style that Jade Cargill had to go against and the woman's Queen of the Ring to get the crown or whatever. This is their first match.
They wrestled before.
Not one-on-one. No, they have not.
Not one-on-one. Tag team, but not one-on-one.
They have history.
Tag team is not the same thing as having a one-on-one match. So hold on. Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan wrestled in the tag team match. Does that count?
You have history.
Get the hell out of here, bro.
Sometimes you gotta work with people. They work together. That's all I'm saying.
I got you. Yeah, they work together. That's just easy. But they haven't had a match together.
No, they've not had a one-on-one match.
Having a one-on-one style when I'm just holding the ring down together. This is their first time doing that together. So Jade doing that, and then basically a match being fine until the end, which could have been fixed by the ref and helped out by them. Like, if that's the botch, she wouldn't have lost because your shoulders aren't down. Her shoulders weren't basically down to the 3. You got to have your shoulders down for 3 seconds. So the referee should have basically helped her. She should have did the move again. That have made it look even more strong or whatever. Look like Asuka kicked out and then picked her up and did it again and then pinned her or whatever. The ref could have helped out with that. I put that actually more on him as far as making that look foolish. She should have made that.
I think it was a woman's ref.
Oh, okay. Well, her. I'm sorry if it was a woman. I can't remember. I thought she did another match later on. She might have did more than one match though. I don't know. But yes, I think she should have done that. But like I said, Jade, the rest of the match was fine. Like, it was Jade and Asuka, what I expected from their 2 different styles at this point in time. And then the finish just wasn't the best, but it was other botches in this whole pay-per-view. I don't want to say PLE. I don't want to say one botch is like, oh my goodness, Jade and them is trash because of that. But it's like, what about the other botches? So it is what it is with that one. Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. I knew Cody was going to win. I actually didn't really watch that match like that. I didn't care. I really didn't. I knew Cody was going to win. I didn't want to watch Randy lose. Like, it is what it is. This guy, Cody Rhodes, I don't understand why he needed the King of the Ring. The King of the Ring is usually to put somebody up on a pedestal, like to put the spotlight on them and say that they're the next or whatever. Within the last 2 years, within the last 2 years, Cody Rhodes has been in wrestling. As I sent to y'all in the group, what has he been, like a 2-time Royal Rumble champion, a 1-year champion, a King of the Ring guy, what is it, the Crown Jewel winner or whatever. Like, he's beaten Brock Lesnar twice. He's beaten Seth Rollins 3 times. He's beaten Roman Reigns. Like, within like 2 years or 2 and some change, he's done all of this from coming back from AEW. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? So it's becoming boring.
You just explained a goat.
That's career. A Hall of Fame career in 2 years, bro. That's one of like, yo, this dude in 2 years. But it's just predictable. Like, they got to move on from this. I'm so tired of Cody Rhodes. I don't understand it. I'll get into more of the TY part of it. I'm like, I don't get why it's Cody Rhodes, but it is what it is. Down to the finale, the main event. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. Other than the spots, I hate that, like you said, Justin, it's becoming like an AEW in a way where it's just so many spots. Like the finishing moves don't mean anything. It's like, well, how many are you gonna take today? That's what it's getting to the point now. Like, you feel me? Like, you're gonna take 4 today or whatever. We're gonna get 5. I already knew John Cena was gonna win this match. When he was giving the attitude adjustments and CM Punk was kicking out, at no point did I think CM Punk was gonna win. Did anybody at any point think, even when he was kicking out of the attitude adjustments, that CM Punk was going to win?
No.
Then there's no reason to have 4 attitude adjustments where CM Punk is kicking out of it. That just makes you weaker. But I did like the little twist as far as, like we were saying, Cena's going to become a tweener at some point. You can see that becoming, where he went at Seth Rollins in the group and all, and he was trying to cash in when he put the title down. When the people were like, no, don't do that, Cena. He looked at him and said, okay, I'll put it down, and it kept going and all. I thought that was cool, but like you said, the interference is the interference. That's the way Paul books things. But overall, I'm giving the show a C, y'all. I didn't think it was nothing special. I'll probably never watch this again. Congratulations to the Queen and King of the Rings and all that stuff. Congratulations to Solo Sikoa. Congratulations to Karrion Kross for getting a match on PLE. He either 1 or 2 things about to happen. You'll never see this guy again, or 2, he is going to have a longer storyline with your boy Sami Zayn. And Sami might put him over at SummerSlam, BA. So hopefully that's the situation where it was just a Saudi crowd and they wanted to get Sami Zayn his victory, but the total thing is for the SummerSlam victory where they fight again and Karrion Kross gets him. So because they got 2 nights, so maybe that is one of the matches. But that's my overall opinion of it. Travis, before we do get to our next part of the show, bro, what is the highs and lows brought to you by?
By the good people of Fanatics.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
All right, we're going to do things a little differently here today for the wrestling tea. Recently, we had conversations off screen and all. And recently, we talked about how wrestling has changed now from back in the day. Like I said, the old man mentality, get off my lawn, from back then to now, and how things just don't make sense, I should say, a lot of the times. And we're like, well, what's going on here? Like, are we stupid? Shout out also before we talk about this. Did y'all notice, when did the Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu match become no interference, or when did it become like no DQ? Or I'm sorry,
every title match is no DQ now.
It just becomes no DQ now. I don't know. Is that so? It's DQ when it needs to be DQ, because and then it's not.
That people pick their own spots.
It's fluid. This thing is fluid.
Just enjoy the show. You saying, right? Just enjoy the show. Okay, so I'm gonna enjoy the show. But going to that point, getting to this the next topic, wrestling. Now, we say that this past PLE was named Night of Champions, and usually from when I knew wrestling, when the actual PLE or pay-per-view started, Night of Champions was a night where you showcased all your champions that you had in the company. With that being said, we had two championships that were on the line at this pay-per-view or PLE. And I just want to get everybody's opinion on that just overall. Like, why is this called Night of Champions? Why wasn't this called King of the Ring? You feel me? Like, what is the reason for this? And it's just to, I guess, is it a better name for the Saudi crowd or whatever? Like, what's you guys' opinions on that?
It was stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah, that was pointless. Honestly, I forgot it was named Night of Champions. I thought it was King of the Ring. That would have made more sense to me at that point, just to be called King of the Ring.
No, should have been on there.
Who's that?
The Street Profits.
The Street Profits from, you said the night before, was it last time?
Yeah, they should have been on. They should have came on and defended their tag team championships on Saturday and Saturday Friday.
I'm going to say it to you again. Black men do not get on Triple H's PLEs. Now, you take that however you want to take it. But I'm just think about the lines, nuts, and all that stuff you see going on. Truth was put on as a farewell, remember? And that was on a fake PLE as far as Saturday Night Main Event. And he's supposed to be fired. Now, that was John Cena saying, hey, let's go ahead and do this. So you don't get brothers on here at all. So Night of Champions, you're not going to get that. Night of Champions. And I also want to touch on one more thing on your Night of Champions. I'm glad I thought about it. Jay Cargill, what was up with the fans? And I know a lot of folks online are talking about, well, you know, they didn't like Jade winning because Asuka is a better wrestler. She deserved to win and all that. Okay, I got you. So why did they do it with Bianca? Somebody explain to me what's going on with this crowd. I don't get it. And they aren't heels. And for some reason, it's not even like split down the middle. It seems very heelish as far as the response. So I don't get it, because I saw CM Punk, who said what he said before, come out and say an apology, and they turned real quick to embrace him really quick. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, if anybody can help me with that.
Yeah, they both catching strays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's yeah.
So we got
an idea.
We got two things at play. It's you say you got an idea. Go ahead. I'll let you get your
idea. No. You go ahead.
We got the European crowd when they did a European tour, completely undersold. Lack of cheerment, I guess, for Bianca. That was that one side. And this side, okay, so not 80% of y'all didn't want to see Jade win. That's those numbers are crazy. Y'all wasn't really even cheering for Asuka like that when she came down. She didn't get no huge pop, so that changed very quickly. It's the writing's on the wall, and it's just easy for us to read it.
All right, simple as that. I'll move on. Another thing.
Wait,
I'm sorry, Devon. I'm sorry. I thought you already said your part. I'm sorry, Devon. Go ahead.
No. It's just, I don't know if we're going to touch the Royal Rumble stuff at all or not, but just that this part or this topic is related to what I want to say involving the Royal Rumble. But I can wait if y'all were going to.
No. Go ahead. No, please.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and
because the Royal Rumble is going to be in Saudi, right?
Right.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I hate that idea. I mean, we obviously know the reason why Saudi is getting all of these events and stuff like that. But I'm just not a fan of. I mean, I'm glad the fact that the women are even allowed to wrestle, but the fact that they're all going to look like NPCs, and I don't know. It's just between that. And I'm just going to say racial bias, gender bias. I just feel like there's a lot more restrictions on the performers because of their appearance. And I just don't feel that something. The Royal Rumble is a very performer-heavy event. There's a lot of people there that work that night, more than any of the other PLEs during the year. And to have a 30 women match and 23 of them are going to be coming out there in all black plastic trash bags, basically.
You're saying WWE will basically put you somewhere uncomfortable for money. That's what you're basically saying. You're saying that it's like you hear the reactions, you see what's going on. This ain't what it's supposed to be. I guess it's heat. It is what it is. It's heat as far as like the events, but I doubt they're just staying inside the arena. You feel me? Like you go outside and about and all that stuff, and it's like it's an uncomfortable situation. But I mean, they sent them over there in the first place, even when people were saying you probably shouldn't go over there. So what do you expect, man?
So we know who went in the Rumble, right?
Who won? Is it Women's Rumble?
Yeah.
Nah.
It's Liv.
No.
Oh, Liv?
It's going to be I guarantee you it's going to be someone that has blonde hair.
I guarantee you. Yeah, it could be. You're right. Yeah, you're right. It would be. But let me keep moving forward because this is another thing I wanted to touch on as well. Have you guys noticed, and this is not to body shame anybody, and you don't have to be back in the steroids era because even after the steroids era, things seem different. But the guys aren't taking their physiques as serious anymore. And that it's part of the believability of thinking that you have. We know that it's scripted battle, but it's like believing that they're a gladiator. Like you want to have belief. You want to believe that somebody can actually, take on somebody if it was real life. Like Hulk Hogan would say he had 24-inch pythons. I know that's back in the steroid era and all, but still, like you would have guys that look like, chiseled paws, statues or something like that, or carvings. And nowadays, you got guys wrestling in shirts all the time. You got guys that just don't care. You feel me? Like you barely see a six-pack pause. And it's like, what do you guys think about that? Do you think why do you think that is, first and foremost? And what do you guys think about it as well?
Sure, I can't talk about it. I don't have a body of a Greek god.
Oh
so
what did you gravitate towards as far as wrestlers that you liked in the past? Did you look at guys, were there guys where you were like, so let's talk about like a heavyweight champion? Is there a certain image that you see of like a heavyweight champion? You like, man, that guy, it's a certain look where he's a champion. And this other guy, like, man, that don't look like a guy that can be a champion. Or do you just say it don't matter? Anybody can be a heavyweight champion.
I have an opinion, and it might not be directly related to that particular question. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to say this in case anybody wants to say something to this. I had something I wanted to say after that. All right, so it sounded like nobody had anything you wanted to say.
Oh, no,
For me,
are you commenting on this or you bring?
No, he wanted to wait on something else. He said,
"Yeah, I'm commenting on the physique part, but not directly to King's question that he just asked."
Okay, so I'll let Devon go last. Then go ahead.
Yeah, so to answer your question, it used to. You didn't have to necessarily be like crazy in shape, but I want to see you perform in a sport. At the end of the day, you should look a certain way because you're an athlete. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, the smaller guys, not necessarily the bodybuilders coming out that era, they were performers and they were in shape. Period. Mm-hmm. You can keep tagging people along the way. And I don't know why it transpired this way. I don't know why it's okay. I know when Roman came back, he looked different than everybody else, and we laughed about it a little bit. I say he might be juicing a little bit. We shouldn't necessarily laugh like that because there's some tragedies when it comes to that. Plenty of tragedies, but at the end of the day, you was doing something serious. Either your own nutrition or whatever the case may be, because you know that you was performing a certain way. So with that being said, that should be the standard. Cena is damn near 50 and look better than half these dudes. Paul. So Killings. It's like Ron Killings is over 50 and looks better than these dudes. That's work, and you should get rewarded, which is why. And I brought this to King attention before. It's like Triple H was damn near a bodybuilder. Like he was a bodybuilder. He tried to, however he did it, but he tried to compete with he tried to compete with Scott Steiner. You know what I'm saying? Like. That was a thing. So that's in your core. That's who you are. You are a person that values how they look. Mm-hmm. Why are you letting these dudes get away with this? Why are you putting some of these dudes over like that? If Vince was like, hey, I never told you to do it, but hey, tighten up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get back to that because we know the negativity is around that. But there's a way in the middle, pause, that you can ride this center lane. And we're not in the center lane at all.
These guys are letting go when they hit the you feel me, like the main roster. Like we talk about Jacob Fatu. He's let go since he hit the main roster. Like guys are just what's going on?
Are they doing house shows?
No. And I'm like,
are they having breaks?
I guess yes. They are having breaks.
Are they getting paid the most they ever got before?
Yes.
What's the excuse?
It shouldn't be an excuse. It's no hunger. That's the issue. That's why we have no main guys right now. There's no hunger. That's ridiculous that these people are always like, you have so many days off and all now. And that's not even like a bad thing. You should have the days off, but you should also be taking care of yourself. Like I say, you don't gotta be steroid like level and all that, but bro, you should look like back in the day. We were like, man, Hulk Hogan could go against Muhammad Ali. There's no way Hulk Hogan could fight Muhammad Ali, but because of Hulk Hogan's size and all, you were like, man, he could do that. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, those guys, just the look, the physique, Goldberg, Batista, Randy Orton. Like, look at Randy right now. Randy, what, 40 something? You feel me? Like, when you got guys like
300 pounds,
like Cody Cody is a decent size. He's not like a bad physique, but he's not like that super physique. Like that's what I said. Like that used to be like you wanted to look like a gladiator. I know this is a mean pause moment, but it's like that was the look of a wrestler. You wanted to look like that dude that was, I know it was scripted and all, but like you could kick somebody's, you know what? And now it's like these dudes are too regular. You feel what I'm saying? They're like the dude on the corner that you could see everywhere. And that's a difference. I know it's like a different day and age, and nobody wants to body shame and things like that, but it's like it takes away the immersion. It's like, why would I be afraid of these guys if I saw them on the street? They're like much smaller than me and shorter than me. Then why would they beat you? Why would they beat a Big Show? Why would they beat this and this? Like, there's no way. But that's my overall opinion. Devin, what else you want to speak on something else? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So my thoughts on this is, when you're in the ring, what is your number one priority? To take care of your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. If you are not in tip-top shape, I'm afraid of you not being able to take care of me if I have to take a bump, if you have to catch me, if you have to pick me up in a power bomb, a pile driver, anything that's going to involve any important landings. If you're not in the shape or condition to pull that off safely with me, I don't want to be in there with you. And, even if we're talking about, diet or whatever, the bottom line is we're not, these guys aren't really showing that same ability. Now, if they're doing calisthenics and everything, and they're like Cesaro or I'm sorry, man, I just forgot his real name, but
Cesaro was a freak.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature.
And Cesaro was in shape.
Yeah, yep. He's in shape too. Yeah, but that's my worry. My worry is how well can you take care of your opponent and making sure that they're not getting injured because you couldn't hold them up or pick them up safely or let them down safely or whatever the case is. I mean, the look is definitely important, but the safety is most important for their job and for their lives. We've seen a bunch of people have unfortunate accidents in the ring.
You mean like Braun Breaker and Brunson Reed trying to pick up CM Punk?
That was horrible.
That right there put Aura at like a -10. I was like, ooh.
That's the Dragon Ball evolution of spots right there. And that was sad. That was disappointing. Like, I thought that was a mix of unsynchronized timing and I don't even know what else.
But it's no play on it. It's no Braun should have slapped Brunson and they should have slapped him back and then they should have just did it again. Like there's no play on it.
It's Braun Breaker and Brunson Reed.
Slippery. You sweat.
Hold on, no, man. CM Punk is 220 pounds. They build him as 218, I think. Why did they even need CM Punk to jump? They should have been bro. Brunson Reed is like what 320, something like that, something close to there.
Like
Braun
330.
Breaker got to be like 250, right?
Yeah.
What did they need? What did they need help with?
Yeah, I don't even think they need help. I think their timing was off with each other, not with Punk, but with each other.
They had almost they almost missed Punk. The move before with Punk did the suicide dive, and he almost overshot him until Brunson Reed grabbed him and all that. Like, I don't know what was going on. That was just nasty.
Hey, yo, side note. Yo, I just got it. It's crazy. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker and Brunson Reed. That's like Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady right now.
Oh my goodness!
Shout out to my 80s babies, my 90s babies. Y'all know what it is, yo. You got the dudes bubbling idiots.
They not even Bebop and Rocksteady. They're the two dudes on the Return of the Ooze. The other dudes or whatever, the fake Bebop and Rocksteady and all. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Man, I can't think right now. But
Toka and Razor.
Yes.
Toka and Razor.
Yep. There it is. That's what they are. The
Oh man, that's terrible.
All right, let me put Justin on the spot. Justin, what was that tea brought to us by?
The good people at Playback.
Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
Hey, shout out to True Classics. All right, y'all. If you have any questions or comments directed to myself or my co-host here, hit us up with the @WTC so we know you're talking to us. Keep it respectful in the comments. We actually do that. But other than that, let's get to them. We got a couple of them. Shout out to the cuz in the building. He says, I thought Solo should have been champion before 5-2, and 5-2 should have won the title away from Solo. I said that from the beginning, Reg. I said the same thing. I told him a while ago, I think, when we talked about that at WrestleMania, I said that they should have did that first with 5-2 and used Solo to go through 5-2. Could have been his story. Now you mix it up and you got guys going over at different spots. They messed it up. But, yes. He also said King of the Ring Final Four where all faces needed a heel. Too much glazing in the promos. Facts.
Facts.
Look at Shahab. Says Cena was being choked and Penta was dancing. Man, Penta was tripping down that ring, bro. Penta was Penta. I'm like, do y'all? Bro, I really think they missed out on Ray Phoenix, man. I really think they
so look, I wanted to bring this up. I had it in my notes. I forgot to bring it up on Raw. Yo, after I saw AAA, like this, they introduced this to us, right? Those that wasn't watching and didn't know about it. I'd seen them. I see Ray Phoenix over in SmackDown. I got love for Penta, but don't Penta look like the uncle, like the overweight dude that's trying to keep up with everybody?
He's the older one, yes. And Ray Phoenix is younger, bro. That's like, yo,
like,
push the younger one.
I don't need to see you, bro. Like I've seen what they do. They do it better.
It's usually they push the younger bro, and it's like why they in this one because Penta got there first. in this one, it's like they choosing the older bro, and it's like they rocking with Penta. I just think they missing out with Ray Phoenix. I can tell they don't know what they want to do with Ray Phoenix because they no not because him and Andrade might have an awesome tag team, but they throwing them in the tags with Andrade out of nowhere. It's like, well, what am I doing with you? Let's just put you in the tag team.
Literally out of nowhere. He was like, okay, I choose you.
They probably gonna work with it.
They got chemistry.
They're gonna have chemistry. It does. But it was like
they lucked up in that.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Shahab also said a few weeks ago Aleister Black did have a stare down with Seth. That's what I'm saying. I think they're gonna push Aleister Black. That's why I think somewhere about Ron Killings, man. I think that's Triple H boy. That's why he brought Aleister Black back because he had a direction for him and all. We'll see. Reg said, King, why have they made a joke out of the big men in wrestling? Do you think they would do something great with Tala Tonga? No,
hell no.
No, he's just somebody to make Jacob Fatu possibly look stronger. He's just a henchman. Like he's a henchman for Solo, which was before Jacob. So it's just Jacob fighting his new henchman to get to Solo. I don't think this dude is. They made the bloodline. Like I said, they got rid of Roman Reigns in the bloodline. Just Triple H said, damn with that. I didn't really want to do it in the first place. That was Vince's idea. Let's see. Shahab also says Jade has zero charisma whatsoever. Can't wait for Naomi to cash in and ruin her moment. Naomi deserves it. I don't think Jade has zero charisma. I think she partially scripted, but I also think her story is not complete. She's the third wheel of the big three with the ladies. They got to get them all. Their story has to get back together. This is all to get them. It's a long-term story. You feel me? Like, go ahead, Devon.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying it's a long-term storytelling as far as like Triple H loves to do, but they're all still connected. They're gonna all get back together. Jay probably gonna beat Tiffany, and then I'm thinking Naomi cashes in on her. You feel me? Get there, and then Bianca returns into the story somehow, some way. Like they're all still gonna be connected. They got to get back. This is just Jay's time to get a little bit of run on her own, if that makes sense. But go ahead, Devin.
Just my own personal opinion on this. I think that part of what's also holding Jay back is Jay being a babyface. I think she needs to be a heel, and I think she needs to be let loose. Obviously, safely for the matches themselves, but I don't know. Like some of those people, like Roman. When Roman was a babyface, when he was the big dog, everybody hated him.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the tribal chief came, his promos got better, and then his whole aura, everything changed. And then now people they can't wait to see him. They want him in, I don't know, I can't say droves, but they want to see him all the time. And I kind of feel like when we have people like this, like Jade, that are struggling, I don't know if it's to find their way or whatever. Like Naomi's having some of the best promos and segments of her career right now being a heel.
She is.
I
have you seen her Twitter?
Oh yeah. I've been seeing
her clapbacks are amazing.
Yeah. So I think that Jade probably needs to be a heel. As far as, again, she still needs to work on her wrestling matches as well, and make sure she's safe and everything like that. But just personality wise, I think that she needs more freedom to just be. I mean, like she's got the physique and everything like that. She could be the female Braun Breaker or whatever, just like demolishing people. She should
be like Goldberg.
She should be Karma.
She should be Goldberg. They should have Jade, not Goldberg as far as hurting people, but like the aura of Goldberg and WCW. Who's next? Jade should be going up against Rhea and all that stuff. Show your strength. Like go through them and say, hey, I'm trying to see you and all, and just be you where you going through, and they can't stop me. I came here. Cody Rhodes came from AEW, right? And they used his backing, and he was that dude in AEW, and now you get pushed over here. You was the truth in AEW. You had a long streak that you didn't get beat and all that stuff. Run through these people like you Goldberg. Like, we all know you're not the greatest wrestler, but have these moments of strength. Show your strength and put people through tables and all that type of stuff. Like, you don't have to be, she shouldn't be a babyface. I 100% agree with you. She should be like a tweener. Bianca should have been a babyface. Naomi should have been the heel. And Jay should be the tweener in between. The the Batista, the Force, like we said about Jacob Fatu and all them, the Enforcer. That's what she should have been. But we'll see.
I'm comparing her to Karma or Awesome Kong, depending on who knows her,
Awesome.
where you know her from. When she had her run in WWE, the second her theme hit, all hell broke loose.
Yep.
And she did the Undertaker walk down to the ring. You know, she didn't run down or whatever. Everybody had their time to get away. But the story was you froze like a deer in headlights when she showed up. And then she came in that ring and she turned into Kane pretty much. And I think that
About to say let Tiffany job the Jade. How about that? Anybody against it?
Yep.
I'm being serious though. Like I know people would anybody be against it? Tiffany had that run. It ain't that great and all that stuff. Why not when they wrestle at SummerSlam let Jade destroy her?
Yeah. Do it.
I'm being dead serious. Like let Jade destroy her. If you're gonna give her the title, just let her destroy her.
Absolutely. I think that she needs that heel attitude. She can be the tweener.
It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen though. You know that. Yeah. But you should do that though.
It should.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
What up, Universal?
You never know.
He says, "Good evening, gentlemen. What up, Universal?" He said, "Have you heard the latest news?" He said, "It is confirmed that there was a last-minute change to the outcome of Solo and Jacob's match. I guess Paul Levesque an hour before the show started changing the original plan of Jacob winning by DQ to Solo winning." I'm not mad. I'm really more mad Universal at Solo should have a championship. I didn't want Solo to get buried. Solo shouldn't have got buried. He put himself in a bad predicament by the decisions he made creatively. He should have let Solo win first and get the belt since Solo was doing this whole, what's tribal chief and all that stuff. He should have been rewarded with something. Solo, think about it. Solo has a victory, I think, over Cody Rhodes, a pinfall victory over Cody, a pinfall victory over Roman Reigns. You feel me? All that type of stuff, and they did nothing with that, but kind of job him at some point. He should have got the U.S. title. Solo, it should have been Jacob's whole thing to finally get that off of him, and by that would have been the way. But I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Paul usually knows what he's doing until the second of the match. Shout out to Rel too. I didn't say no. Shout out to Rel too. I see him in here.
What's going on, Rel?
He said more confirmed news is that the pre-show to fans that that Punk was a plant and set up by the WWE. He said more confirmed news. WWE said that Punk never wrestled in the Middle East before last night. It is now confirmed that he did, and it was against John Cena in 2013. Oh my goodness. Why did they lie? Jeez. I don't know, man. I mean, it's WWE though, Universal. Why wouldn't they lie? He also says, why did they lie to all the fans and market it as if Punk never did? This is beyond silly. And why did the fans believe everything the WWE told them? The WWE not think the truth would be known. It don't matter, Universal. It don't matter. WWE, like, CM Punk just went over there and said, I'm sorry. And I'm not even saying like to say what side of the coin you should be on, but like CM Punk. That's why I told you the whole pipe bomb that John Cena gave. I was just like, that's CM Punk has nothing to say because after all this, hindsight is now 2020. We've seen what CM Punk is and what he said and all that type of stuff. And when Cena did that, I'm like, damn, that's true. Oh man, 16 WWE main roster wrestlers are injured. We already talked about that before, Universal. But now they just stay injured. Let's see. He says Naomi is winning the title soon. Naomi has told everyone that she is leaving at the end of the year to have a child with Jimmy. She doesn't know if I can see that. Okay, Universal. And she has been going hard on the Jimmy thing, showing that stuff. So I can believe that. He also says right now she is leaning on retirement. She has told me this is her last run. This is the main reason why she wanted money in the bank. She wants to be a mom. That's cool. And I can see it though. And I hope Triple H.
More power to her.
How long do I think our run going to be?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm just happy.
What's going on?
I mean, but the way she's MVP right now, she shouldn't have a short run.
The problem is she's going to be the one to drop it to Jade. That's what I think. I don't think
so. You think she going to beat Tiffany before SummerSlam? She's going to cash in on Tiffany. I don't think Tiffany wrestles again at SummerSlam. Because she just wrestled for basically the title, right? For last man standing. on Friday.
You're right.
I don't even think Tiffany
she
Russell
done.
in the SummerSlam. I'm saying, and I think Jade beats Tiffany, and I think Naomi takes it from Jade. Now Jade might take it back from Naomi, or Bianca comes and take it from Naomi. But
then there's Evolution too. We gotta throw that somewhere, some way. That's going to be involved too.
It's Evolution.
The all women pay per view.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. That's before SummerSlam. That's the one before SummerSlam.
That's the day after Saturday Night event.
Tiffany should be defending her championship there, right? She should be. If it's Evolution, you would think we have both of the women's titles being defended at that pay-per-view, right? Now let's
Night of
all the women's championships
wasn't exactly Night of Champions.
All of them should be on the line. You're right.
You
think all of them will be? I don't know. Watch just because I'm saying that now. Triple H puts all of them.
Hey, look, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised I saw James Ellsworth on Evolution.
And let's see. Lastly, this will be the last one. Reg says, "What can they do with Jimmy? He's just goofy and almost unnecessary." I think that's his role. I think Jimmy's just that guy now. He's just cool.
He need to go back with Jay.
Yeah, he need to go back with Jay and all that. Like that's what he is until they need the Usos back together. He knows that everybody can't be champion and all that. You feel me? In the group and all that. He's the guy that's I'm fine being the one. I think he's more of the behind the scenes leader. Like I think when he's the one that probably brings people together back and all that stuff between the group that talks to him and all. I think that's his role.
He's the new R-Truth.
Yes, but not R-Truth, because Jimmy weird. Jimmy's like a Sami Zayn guy. He's a jobber, but he's a main event jobber. You feel me? Like he can be in the main event or be like that, but he's a jobber like that. But he still got a good spot on the company. Like I bet he gets a decent amount of money. But yeah, and then Universal trying to. Yes, I heard we said that earlier about Jacob, and I don't know if Roman be in there though, because it wouldn't be Jacob's stable with Roman in it. And I kind of don't feel the same way about Jay being in there as well, because I'm like, if Jay's in Jacob's stable, damn, Jay, you done fell off the cliff, yo.
We're going backwards.
Jeez, bro.
We're going backwards. That's not happening.
That's like the last the women, but when Bianca had the War Games teams, and it all of a sudden it turned into Rhea's,
yep. Or it'll be like what we said earlier with with Brunson Reed, where he was already on a certain level, and now he in a group, and he the third wheel or whatever like
nasty
that.
Work.
Jay should be the top guy in that group, other than Roman.
I'm not going from champion to a stable guy.
Yeah,
nah.
I know Universal. I it's not that we calling you like a lie or anything. We know that that's the way they showing. We just saying that messes with. That's not good. That's not good creative for Jey Uso. If you just had you already couldn't book him correctly as the champion, and now you take him from being a champion to being beside Jacob Fatu. I
think that might be how we get Zilla.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah.
That's why I said I think it's gonna be Jacob. I think it's gonna be Jay, Jimmy, Jacob, and Zilla. And I'm like, I don't want Jay over there. Jay should be the leader, but that's how they gonna book him, I feel. And then put the Usos back in the tag team division. BA. That's ugly. They made the bloodline. They just messed that all up. Shout out to Paul, man. Shout out to Paul. But that's it, man. I'm gonna end the show on that one. Appreciate everybody for rocking with your boys tonight. Hopefully we have Queen back again next week. Again, prayers to her for her chemo. She starts tomorrow, actually. If you haven't already and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button somewhere near Travis's left shoulder. Also, hit that like button for us if you can before you leave out the door. It helps us out. We're trying to get more people to watch our show so we can get hopefully to 500 subscribers and get paid, y'all. Help us out. But also, if you could follow us on We Talk Combat Clips, where we show condensed versions of these shows. Help us get our subscribers up over there. People, I see we got a couple more subscribers. We appreciate you guys. But yeah, check us out over there for condensed shows. We also have other shows on Glow Sun Production. If you didn't know already, follow us on Cap and Crown, where we talk about all things NBA, new school and old school. We have an upcoming show tomorrow evening at 11 p.m. Eastern, if you're interested. I don't know what we'll be talking about exactly, but if you like NBA, just come over there and subscribe to that channel. I know you like it, and you can talk to us live. We do a whole bunch of stuff. Help us get to 5,000 subscribers over there we're trying to get to. Also, I know. Follow BA over there with Rel and Will and BA because we geek, where they talk about all things geek culture and movies and TV. I think I got it. I'm sounding like Rel over here. But check them out.
Yeah,
They had
yeah,
a show
go.
yesterday. They do shows on Saturdays and Tuesdays. I think was it Tuesday evenings, Saturday mornings.
Correct. Saturday mornings, Tuesday evenings, and our last show was Saturday, and we talked about Ironheart and how
Fake
the
bombs.
culture out there, those cultures, man, it's don't matter where we at, we can't avoid it.
It's never a bait. It just always is about it. It is what it is. But also follow BA as well, y'all. He tries not to talk about this, but don't get off the damn fence, y'all, as well. They have shows every Tuesday evening as well. So hold up. You do Tuesday morning or Wednesday. I'm sorry,
Wednesday.
Yeah. About to say Wednesday evening. I'm about to say so. This guy's all over the place. Check out my guy BA. If you in the B-more area as well, this guy does haircuts as well. I need to get with him with that. But check him out with that. Also, I think that's it. Anything else y'all want to say, Devon, Travis, before we get off here? Follow Travis, man. Follow Travis. He does skits. If you like R-Truth type comedy and all that type of stuff, follow Travis on all his social medias at @_Travito_. He does viral
right there
clips
on the screen.
Yep, viral clips. He's had some clips go over the million boundary, million views. So shout out to Travis with that. Show him love. Follow Devon as well. Devon just talks about everything. If you want to talk like everything, like this,
I'm all over the place.
He knows everything. He has his own Discord. This guy's a real tech god as well. Everything basically we need when you do the Discord. Follow us on our Discord and our social. You can watch over there with watch parties. That's all because of Devon. He hooks that up for me and all that. We appreciate him with that. All love. So follow him if you need any information, that type of stuff, or if you just want to talk about movies, anything in between. Other than that, y'all, thank you so much again for joining us on another episode of We Talk Combats. It's been awesome as always. We'll be back next week. Where we'll be talking about more combat sports and entertainment. There's actually some boxing news coming up as well that we'll probably touch on pretty soon. But stay connected, subscribe, like, comment, share, all of them between. With all that being said, it's myself, King. I got BA with me, Devon, Travis, and for Queen. This is We Talk Combats. We out, y'all. Peace.